Yo, what is up guys? Michael Myers here. I'm back with another video. This video I'm going to be doing a discussion, a topic, and the main question today is, will Michael Myers be scary again in the new Halloween 2018 movie? First of all, let's take a look at this new picture of Michael Myers that was released from this film. In my opinion, I think it's a pretty good shot of Michael Myers. You can see right there he's standing with the knife. In my opinion, I kind of noticed this with other Michael Myers shots that were released from this movie. It kind of looks like a video game version of Michael Myers. If you take a look at the Friday the 13th game graphics, it kind of reminds me of that. And I don't know if it's just the lighting of the picture, because the lighting of it looks a little too bright. That's why I think it looks kind of weird. But I think on camera, in the film, in the dark, I think it's going to look way better. But yeah, here's another awesome shot. You could tell Jamie Lee Curtis is right there with the shotgun, Michael Myers in the background, and David Gordon Green, I forgot which one is it. I think he's the one in the left, but next to Jamie Lee Curtis. But awesome shot. Alright, let's go back to the main question of the day. Would Michael Myers be scary again in this new movie? Now, this is just my opinion. I'm just going to give out my thoughts. Many of you could disagree with me, but it's all good. If you take a look back when you first saw Halloween 1978, the first time Michael Myers scared the living shit out of you, they can't redo that. Like, that was a one thing in a lifetime. You know what I'm talking about? Especially back then in 78, that was especially more creepy because there was nothing really like that before. At this point, we're all used to this kind of stuff. So I don't think this movie should surprise us, you know? I don't think this movie, like, especially now that it has not been released, and we need like 3 months left, I believe so. They're making it look like if Michael Myers is gonna be scary again. They're making it look like this movie is gonna be like scary as shit. In my opinion, I don't think that's the case. They need to promote their movie. They need to get people to see this movie. And honestly, to me, it's just gonna feel like, I can't say now because I haven't seen the movie, but I just think that it might just feel like another slasher horror movie. And no, don't tell me this movie is gonna be scary because of the gore. Gore does not make a horror movie scarier. It just gives it more than what it is. And I hope they don't take it to the Rob Zombie level, because 2018, that's the type of stuff they would do. And I would never agree that gore makes a horror movie scarier. It doesn't. Yes, I know John Carpenter is back in this movie. I know Jamie Lee Curtis is back in this movie. And I know Nick Castle is back in this movie for like a couple of shots. But honestly, I just don't think they could capture all of it like they did in 1978. Now, I was talking to one of my friends, and I was mentioning to him that I hope they don't overdo this movie with all the Easter eggs. Don't get me wrong. The best part about the trailer was the Easter eggs. But my point is, I hope they don't overdo this movie with the Easter eggs, with so many Easter eggs referencing to the original or to the sequels, that it's just gonna feel like another remake of Halloween. Like, for sure, especially for me, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of you horror fans, when you first saw the trailer, it kind of gave you some Halloween 1978 vibes because of the Easter eggs, the settings, whatever. Now, this film can bring you all of that. It could bring you the awesome Easter eggs, which I'm really looking forward to. But as I said, I don't want them to overdo it. Also, it could also give you the vibes. If you take a look at the trailer, the scenes where he's walking down the street, he bumps into the kids. Of course, that was a reference to the original. And of course, you could tell the setting of it, Haddonfield. It definitely reminds me of the original. It's going to have that, for sure. But it's not going to play out like the original. I don't think it will go the same direction. But that's just my opinion. One thing I wanted to point out, and I'm not sure if this is going to happen in the movie. I'm just speculating. But I hope they don't go the direction where they need to explain the man behind the mask. Honestly, I don't really want to see that with this movie. I'm kind of speculating because of the whole scene where they enter the asylum and they see Michael Myers and they show him the mask or whatever. I hope they handle that scene right. And I hope they don't really give us too much about Michael Myers behind the mask, because honestly, that is what gives it away. you know? And that's what Rob Zombie tried to do, but it really did not work. And they should at least try. I know they're not. I know Michael Myers is not going to be scary like he first was, but I hope they try to do that. So I hope they just keep it original, man. I hope they don't cross lines to anything. But yeah. Now, some of you might say that it would be awesome if they had a more backstory, more explanation to do. I would like that if they handle it right. If they have it under control. You know what? Some explanation they should do? They should do some explanation, not about Michael Myers personally, but of the whole timeline. They're ignoring some sequels. Mostly all the sequels, basically. So they should do explanation of that instead of going deep into the Michael Myers character. I don't think that's needed. Will Michael Myers be the same like in 1978 and 1981? No, I don't think so. And I think the 1978 and the 81, I think those kind of remind me of the same Michael. And I just think that's the Michael everyone loves from those two movies. I don't think they're going to go that route with this. And I don't think they're going to go the Rob Zombie route. I just think they're going to make their own way of Michael Myers, their own way of how they're going to introduce them to the movie, and a new way how Michael Myers is going to work in this movie. Now, this is a big question that I've been asked so many times on my previous updates, and a bunch of speculation about this. But how would Michael Myers remember Laurie after 40 years if they're not brothers and sisters? There's a lot of speculation out there, as I said, but my take on it, I don't really know how that is gonna work out. Maybe Michael Myers will, once he sees the new mask, once the dude brings him the mask in the asylum, which I have no idea why someone would take him the mask, but I guess it's part of the story. They have to figure a way out, right, to make Michael Myers escape. But maybe Michael Myers goes insane and he goes back to his killing spree and he wants to go back and finish what he started. But how would Michael Myers remember her? How would Michael Myers track her down? I could understand the Laurie side of the story. Laurie, she's been training all these years in case he escapes or something. I like that. I like how they went that way with her. And I just really want to see how Michael's and Laurie's relationship plays out, even though they're not siblings in this. You know what would be dope? If all this time people are telling us Michael Myers and Laurie are not going to be brother and sister, and that's how it's going to be played out during the movie, but maybe towards the end of the movie, we initially find out that they're actually brother and sister. That would be pretty awesome if you ask me. But as from what we heard, they want to go another direction from the brother and sister. I know a lot of people don't get the point. At first, I didn't get the point, but all I can do is just wait and see how this movie plays out. I'm kind of not a big fan of that, they stopped making them siblings. But at one part, I'm kind of, it's kind of good that they're not, just to see how it plays out if they were actually not brother and sister. But yeah. Some people say it's actually scarier if they're not siblings, because you got this weird guy who wants to go back, kill his victim that he didn't kill 40 years ago. But at the same time, it's kind of scary that a killer still wants to go after his bloodline 40 years later. But probably they thought the fans are used to that we should give them something new, fresh on the screen, and I think that's what they're doing. Another reason why I think this won't be the same as the original is because they need a new version of Halloween for this new generation. They're making this movie to appeal the new generation. So that's how I look at it. Even though at the end of the day, I just think this movie might end up being like another Halloween H2O or another Halloween remake. That is just my opinion. So I'm glad we're getting a new Halloween movie. I am not complaining. I am just excited for it. I literally can't wait. Stay tuned for other discussions on this new movie. I have other discussions from other series, movies, so stay tuned. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think Michael Myers would be scary again in this movie? And that's about it. Michael Myers signing out.